failure of the state government to not do their job from 1954 to 2025. And that failure, with that failure of the state government, the community is going to be punished because it was not registered. Will you allow me, sir? I did not interrupt you for a minute. I request my learned friend not to do so. You side. Let me say. Counter affidavit says, no, sir, but you will be heard. So now the counter affidavit will decide what that procedure will be. Right of the community is taken away merely because there is a question. Under what principle of law can that be substantiated and upheld? Which principle of law? There is a question that has arisen, is per se unconstitutional. Per se unconstitutional. Well, if your lordships will remember that I made a very narrow argument, which was I looked at 4 or 5 sections, read the sections.
Yeah, because you have to prima facie convince us that it is so.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to do that, Milord. And Milord, kindly just keep one thing in mind. A section cannot be read in the context of what is set out in the counter affidavit.
Yes.
Nor it can be read on the basis of what written submissions have been made. You have to see the section on its own terms. Right, Milord? Therefore, let's see 3C. Any government property identified or declared as Waqf property before or after the commencement of this act shall not be deemed to be Waqf property. That's a declaration. If any question arises as to whether such property is government property, the state may, by notification, designate an officer above the rank of a collector who shall conduct an inquiry as per law and determine whether such property is a government property or not and submit his report to the state government. So he has to make a determination. What is the determination that he makes? That this is government property. Obvious, Milord, from the plain language. So he has to first determine that it is government property. Then it says, provided that no such property shall be treated as Waqf property till the designated officer submits his report. So 2 propositions arise from there. Proposition number 1, before he determines anything, before he inquires into anything, it shall not deem to be a Waqf. Under what principle of law can that be substantiated and upheld? Which principle of law? Before you start an inquiry, on the basis of any question that may arise, the question will arise in your mind or somebody files an application. And the moment that question arises, till such time as he submits a report, what report? That it is government property. Determine. It's not a Waqf. So under which principle of law can this be sustained? Not his counter affidavit, nor his written submissions, nor his saying title remains with me, possession remains with me, I cannot be evicted. Where did he get from the statute? It's not there in the statute. You have to read the statute. There are judgments of this court say, read the language of the statute and interpret the language. So point number 1, the declaration that it's deemed to be treated as Waqf property till he submits his report without any basis because there is a question that has arisen is per se unconstitutional. Per se unconstitutional. And he has not answered that. No time limit as to when he is to submit his report. So it will be treated as not as Waqf property. No time limit. No inquiry. It's before inquiry. That's point number 1. Point number 2.
That means it is after the inquiry starts.
Yes.
But prior to the report.
Yes. So, Milord, he may take 6 months, he may take 1 year. So I have lost my right as the community has lost his right as a Waqf. If you don't, will you allow me, sir? I did not interrupt you for a minute. I request my learned friend not to do so. But that's, you side. Let me say. This is the only mode. This is the only mode. There is no other law. And the expression law in subsection 2 is as vague as it can be because we don't know what that law is. Now the counter affidavit says, no, sir, but you will be heard. Very good. So now the counter affidavit will decide what that procedure will be. The statute will not.